Kanye West. Love him or hate him, he's coming to shake up the scene once again. We're talking about a brand new listening party for his upcoming album, and trust me, it's not just another show. This thing's going to be insane. I mean, it's Kanye. He's got the whole world watching him already. But what he's about to do in Korea, that's a whole new level. Let's break it all down because what's happening next is nothing short of wild. First things first, mark your calendars for May 31st. That's when Kanye's latest listening party is going down in Korea at the Incheon Munhok Stadium with a jaw-dropping 50,000 seats. Yeah, you heard that right. 100,000 people, all in one place, ready to get a sneak peek at his latest project. It's huge, and tickets go live in April. This is not just another album preview. This is an experience, and with the album slated to drop on June 15th, Kanye's clearly aiming to build the hype. So expect nothing less than spectacle. We know Kanye's style. He loves pushing boundaries. But here's where it gets tricky. You've got to admit, Kanye's a master of controversy. He's the kind of guy who doesn't just make headlines, he creates them. From his wild imagery to his social media rants, he's the definition of an edgelord. So, what's the big question here? What's this show going to look like? Will it be a crazy, chaotic visual masterpiece? Or just a pile of shock value piled high on stage? Whatever it is, I wouldn't be surprised if we're talking about some seriously offensive content that gets everyone talking. And you know Kanye loves that. The question is, will it be enough to turn heads for the right reasons? Or just make people roll their eyes? Speaking of heads turning, let's talk about the elephant in the room. Kanye's latest interview with DJ Academics. Yep, it's finally here, and there's plenty to unpack. The one burning question everyone's been asking, why did Kanye diss Virgil after his death? Seriously, this interview dropped some serious revelations. The man himself gave us an inside look at what went down between him and Virgil, and I'm not going to lie, it's not what you think. It's one of those moments where you realize the public persona isn't the full story. Kanye shared how he felt about their fallout, and man, it's real. A little animosity still lingers, and you could tell. It's deep. Here's the kicker. Kanye is the kind of guy who doesn't hold back. He's brutally honest, and that rawness can hit hard. I mean, imagine airing your dirty laundry like that, knowing people are going to tear it apart. But that's Kanye. Always pushing, always provoking, never playing it safe. It's part of what makes him who he is, and at this point, can we even be surprised? He's always stirring the pot, whether it's about Virgil or just another one of his outlandish statements. Now, why does any of this matter? Because it's bigger than just another celebrity drama. This is about how Kanye is positioning himself in the world, how he manipulates his image, and how the media feeds into it. We're talking about power, influence, and legacy here. And whether we like it or not, Kanye's in control of the narrative, and we're all just playing catch-up. So, what's next for him? Well, it's hard to say. But one thing's for sure, he's not going anywhere. Kanye's still got his finger on the pulse of culture, and as long as he's in the game, the drama, the hype, and the headlines will keep coming. What's your take on all this? Do you think Kanye's got another masterpiece up his sleeve, or is this just another shockwave to keep us guessing? Drop your thoughts below. It seems you're diving into some deep Kanye territory. The Matrix analogy, the beef with Cardi, and the whole industry manipulation angle are all part of the wild ride that Kanye loves to put us on. But let's break this down. When Kanye talks about the Matrix, it's almost like he's seeing himself as the rebellious character in a world full of agents, like Cardi, who he says took the blue pill. He frames it like he's out here doing the real work while others are playing by the rules, even if it's at the cost of shaking things up, or, in some cases, stirring up a lot of drama. When it comes to the labels threatening Ty Dolla $ign, well, that's a seriously messed up mafia-style level of control. Kanye is not the first artist to claim this, but when he speaks on it, it's like a warning sign. The industry is a beast, and those puppet strings are real, but I think we can all agree Kanye has his own way of handling the pressure. what he says about Kendrick versus Drake? Man, that's a big discussion. Labels pushing Kendrick while Kanye sees Drake as the real cultural icon, that's got people in their feelings. It's a weird space because even if you don't vibe with Kendrick or Drake, the politics behind the scenes always add a whole new layer to the music. Kanye's right in saying that art should speak for itself. Donda is a perfect example of that. There was something raw, real, and personal about it. Then there's the whole situation with Utopia and music. Kanye feeling sidelined after putting in work? That's got to sting. It's like being cut out of your own game. And let's not forget the unfinished Kanye snippets, like Del Resto. We can only imagine how those tracks could have turned out. But really, Kanye's got a point. He's all about the different sectors of rap. He doesn't see Kendrick and his crowd as being in the same league. And honestly, Kanye's spot in the game isn't one you can just ignore. Even when he's stirring up trouble, people are still listening. So, what's your take on it all? Is Kanye really out here trying to expose the system, or is he just messing with everyone's heads for the fun of it? Let's talk Kanye for a second, because, as always, this guy never does anything halfway. When that Utopia leak drops, and we all know it will, it's gonna be a wild ride. But here's the thing. Kanye seems seriously hurt, almost broken. It's like he's watching everything around him fall apart, and he has no clue how to put it back together. There's a part of him that's clearly going through a tough moment. You know, the kind of crash out that feels so familiar for someone dealing with bipolar struggles. It's like post-nut clarity, but way darker, and a whole lot more public. But here's the deal. Kanye makes some valid points. He always does. The problem? He can't ever deliver them in a way that clicks with everyone. It's like he's got this stream of brilliance just waiting to explode, but it gets lost in the mess of controversy. Take the whole Cardi and Travis situation, for example. He's right about the manipulation, but he goes way off the rails with some of the things he says, which only makes things more complicated. And let's not even get started on these Twitter clowns. You know, the same ones who are out here saying, "Thank God Kanye's not on Utopia." Yet they would have been all over him if he was. Fake love everywhere. It's honestly exhausting. These so-called creators on Twitter? Don't even get me started. They're not creating. They're just saying whatever will get them the most likes. It's frustrating, to say the least. But Kanye's got every right to be frustrated. He worked with Cardi and Travis only to get pushed aside in the end. And that's why we desperately need another classic from Kanye. A real, raw album that shuts everyone up. But hey, on the flip side, Kanye could also use a breather himself. Dude could really stand to just quiet down for a second and let the music do the talking.